Okay, low. Yo, it is time for the T3 Q&A on Saturday. Yo, the first live stream of 2021. Kind of a big deal. Let me turn on the comments. Live chat is on. Let me see if I can get the comments on my computer so I don't have to keep touching the camera. Let's see who shows up for the first stream of the year. Very excited about that, people. It's the first T3 live stream of the year. How's everybody doing today? Shane is here. Kia ora, mate. We got the Kiwis in the house. Jeff Ott. Laszlo. Taco's here. Todd is here, says howdy folks and happy new year T3. Thank you so much. Nick is here. Oh, we got some members in the building. The Car and Watch certified T3 bot says sup. Lord Elgin certified T3 bot says sup. Jordan certified T3 bot says oh hi. Joel certified T3 bot. Dean certified T3 bot. All the regulars are here for the new year. Hope you guys had some happy, healthy celebrations. And I hope you guys just had a good time. You know, we really did deserve to end 2020 on a good note moving into 2021. So let's just keep this train rolling and let's just keep it on a high note. Lee is here, says Jory Goodman. So what did you guys do? Let's get into some questions. And we gave the editors some kind of a little bit of a break the last couple of weeks, so they weren't having to edit content. They could go be with their family and their loved ones. But we are back on regular schedule starting today. So stay tuned for all the regular content uploads from here on out for this year. Very excited about that. Bree Lad says, thoughts on the new Omega Seamaster white dial? Seems like a good entry into Grail watches. Well, Grails are very subjective. What might be a Grail for me is not a Grail for you, and that's perfectly fine. I think that's a beautiful Omega. Adrian from Bark and Jack has it. Looks like a really sharp, tough watch. If you're into the modern Seamasters, then that's definitely one to go with for sure. Shane says, best and worst thing to happen at the end of last year was my wife fell in love with watches too. Hope you guys don't have a joint bank account because that money is going to be disappearing quickly. I tell everybody that comes here, don't get into watch collecting. Just don't start. If you haven't started, don't. Lee Bishop says, Penny and I pissed when Gato put Arnie in from Kindergarten Cop. That was a great, that was an absolutely great little cut in. That little tie-in bit with Arnie. Stop it! So good. Jordan, with the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, guys. Says, spending some time making my New Year's resolution to get really into Meteorite. Oh my god. Getting really into Meteorite dials. I like them so much. I love them, in fact. I think that they're my favorite things to happen to orology. I'm just kidding. He wrote that because he knows I hate Meteorite dials. Hate is a strong word when it comes to watches, but there really is not a Meteorite dial that I enjoy. I'll put it that way. I think that they're busy, they're dynamic in a way that I don't like. Give me a nice guilloche pattern, give me a nice stepped dial, but Meteorite, not for me. Who knows? Things change. I've said things on the channel that I really don't like and that I end up liking. Like at the beginning, when I first started the channel and I was talking about the Yachtmaster 2, I really did not like the Yachtmaster 2. It was like the Guy Fieri watch. But then now, 3 years later, I kind of dig it. So, Stephen Lee from Harlem, from the Big Apple. Favorite Vacheron of all time? That's a great question, Tim 10. So to answer your question, and this is kind of a cheap answer, but I think the best Vacheron of all time is the one of one that they made from titanium and tantalum, and it was the answer to the Rolex Explorer line. So about a year ago, I think it was the end of 2019, Vacheron came out with an overseas GMT with a beautiful textured dial, and it had titanium case mixed with tantalum, and it had a beautiful like sailcloth integrated strap, and it was marketed as pretty much the answer to a Rolex Explorer. It was supposed to be this like Vacheron overseas field watch, and it was just really tough looking. Unfortunately, it's a one of one. So yeah, titanium and tantalum. So it's going to be very strong, very durable, but not super duper heavy. So I think that's the best Vacheron of all time that I can say, because it's an overseas, which I love, and it is just a really cool iteration of one. Great question. Greg Snyder says, I bought the speed graph from the Time Teller shop. Thank you so much for supporting the shop. Looking forward to it. Should have it early next week. That's right. I actually sent that one out myself. So it has all my love and care. So enjoy it. We have a super chat from Lord Elgin. Thank you so much for the super chats, guys. It says, Jory, thoughts on Meteorite dials? It's so interesting you should ask. I think that they are a very micro brand thing to do. And that's not to say all micro brands are bad. I'm going to be clear. Most watch makers make watches I don't like. But that's why I'm so picky. That's the whole point. You're supposed to find the ones you do like. So it just confounded me to see Rolex do the white Meteorite dial for the Pepsi GMT. It just it was something different, I suppose. Can't knock them for doing something different, but it was just, you know, there's hits and misses, and that was a big miss. We have another super chat from Jordan. It says, Jory, will 2021 be the veritable Meteorite shower? I don't think it will, because I think we saw the meteor shower in 2018. I think 2018 was the year of Meteorite dials. So that was the essentially orological parallel to a meteor shower. Cars and Watch says wristwatch check. That's right. Every time we hit 100 viewers, we do the wristwatch check. Today, I am wearing, guys. Join in for the new viewers. You're supposed to also tell us what you're wearing on the wrist. I am wearing a Hamilton khaki field mechanical 38 millimeter. This is hand wound. This has the ETA. It doesn't have their quote unquote in-house movement. This has the high beat, shorter power reserve. And although I think it's probably much more functional with the longer power reserve, I think it looks better with the shorter power reserve because they enabled it to have the very, very smooth 28,800 BPH movement. Slicey Dicey has a super chat. Thank you so much, guys, for the super chats. You know, these super chats are not expected, but they are much appreciated. We are filming literally every day here. I don't take any days off. In fact, the second I finish this live stream, I'm going to be filming an episode. So that enables us to do that, and we really, really thank you. Slicey Dicey says, Meteorite dials are worse than the pervasiveness of pointless Damascus on pocket knives. And I totally see that parallel. I think Meteorite dials are even a bit more offensive, though. But I totally see that parallel. Spencer Patterson says, "Hey Jody, wrong channel. Hello." But he says, "I just DM'd you a second ago. LOL, how are you? Have a great New Year." Well, Happy New Year. But if you DM Jody, then you're on the wrong channel. Let me see. More questions. Lee Bishop says, "Jory, awesome work on your running last year. We want to know your fitness goals for 2021 and for you to document them for us." Yeah, so thank you. It's actually very interesting how much progress I was able to make when running for 9 months. You know, when all the gyms closed down here in the greater Los Angeles area, I couldn't lift weights for like as consistently as I was. So when I kind of transposed, just like in life, you have to pivot. So when I pivoted from going for my normal powerlifting split and then transposing that into a running split, it's crazy how much progress I was able to make. And the interesting thing is I was almost able to see more progress doing that than I was with my powerlifting split because it was something so different. It was something so different. So I've gotten my, it's funny, I've gotten my 2 mile time below 20 minutes and I've gotten my 3 mile time to 30 minutes. So I guess I would really like to, in the near future, get my 3 mile time under 30 minutes. That would be really, I'd be very proud of that. And I think it's something totally doable. Let me read more questions. G. Anderson, are you going to have your old hair back in 2021? I do miss it a whole lot. I don't think so. I don't think it. I think my toupee guy is gone. I think he's gone for good, guys, unfortunately. Lars says, "You will get a better run time if the beard was shorter." Yeah, this is some definite drag. But you know, it's like, you know, when you do sprints with a parachute to add more resistance, that's what this is. So when I shave it, I'm gonna be like Sonic. Go cycling instead of running before ruining your knees. Well, I've done a lot of work actually working on my stride, and if you get your stride down, you actually won't need to worry about your knees as much. I did kind of mess up my knees. I think everybody kind of has those pains when you first do anything. Like when I first started weightlifting, I had pains in areas that I didn't know I didn't know that muscles existed there. So yeah, but I think I had a lot more soreness in like the first month of lockdown, and then now I think now that I have kind of my stride down, I'm not trying to say I'm an expert, but now that I've gotten my stride down after 9 months of doing it, I don't really have any pain on any of my joints. Thank God. Let's hope that I keep it up. I think my uncle's here. Uncle Reed says, "Happy New Year, nephew." Everyone say hi to my Uncle Reed Grabowski. Thank you for joining us today. The Marine, he says 30-minute 3 mile run. You need Marines to lead you. Yeah, I'm absolutely not a devil dog. But hey, I'm getting there. Okay, 3 miles in 30 minutes. It was a sluggish pace, but I'm proud of it for having not run since my here's the progression of my training. My early 20s, like 19 to 22, I was running like a 6-minute mile. Then I got into competitive powerlifting, never ran ever. Never did cardio for like a decade, essentially. Then lockdown happened, and now I've been running straight for 9 months. And so sub 20-minute 2 mile and 30-minute 3 mile, I can be proud of that. But just like Reed said, there's always something to work on. That's kind of the whole theme of this channel, right? Hopefully, we learn more about watches. We get better at collecting, whatever better means for you. And for me, to get better at collecting means to learn more about watches and to figure out more about what I like for my collection. And when I look, just like we spoke about the progression of my training, when we look at the progression of my collection, boy, has it changed and morphed throughout the years. Jordan has a super chat. He says, what's the best site to go to and try to score a Boulder Expedition Series 1 Everest? That's a really good question. Unfortunately, Jordan, I get a ton of questions about the Boulder Expedition Series 1. They're very, very hard to find. Let me talk to you on the Discord chat and see if I can find one. But I actually don't know off the top of my head because for some reason everybody likes the Series 1 more than the version 2. I have both and I love both of them. But I think that Boulder just knocked it out the park with the first version of the Expedition. Armando Morales says, so you're a car guy? Yeah, I'm a car guy. I think a lot of watch dudes are car guys. You know what I mean? I think that watches are tangible art, right? That's the way I explain it to people. Watches are these things that you can have on you, and it's a mix of art and craftsmanship and engineering. It's like moving, alive, living art. So someone not only had to make this thing beautiful, they had to manipulate it and work on it in a way that all these little pieces had to work in harmony and kind of work together to give information, to do something properly and efficiently and work together in harmony. And again, it had to look good as well. And that's, I think, where there is a direct correlation to vehicles as well, because when you look at automobiles, we can definitely see like craftsmanship, beauty, man hours, and the same type of, you know, all these little pieces having to work together to accomplish something. So yeah, cars and watches and other types of these moving, living pieces of engineering, it's kind of like moving art, and that's kind of what I think about when I think of watches and cars. And that's why I think a lot of car guys are watch guys and a lot of watch guys are car guys. Diesel 419 certified teeth rot says cars, fountain pen kind of led me into watches. Yeah, I hear about that a lot as well. That a lot of car guys are pen guys as well. Nick with the super chat says, is there enough magnetism around metal detectors in places like sport concert venues that would make you worry about your watches? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Every time I've gone on a plane, I've worn a watch. I have a watch on me all the time, so every time I've gone through metal detectors and stuff, and in LA there's a whole lot of them, I wear my watches and I've seen no issues whatsoever. I think a lot of people are overly cautious when it comes to their watches in regards to magnetism and in regards to servicing. I think your watches are tougher than you think, guys. Daniel Katz with the super chat says, good on you jogging. Thank you so much, man. Found something to work on and I worked on it. Night Runner says, hey bro, how are you? What's going on, man? Diego says, hey T3, which TMNT is that on your shelf? That is Lieutenant Leo. and it's kind of it's like Leonardo if he was an army guy. And the really cool thing is that he has an American flag. So I love that one. Derbagger says, I need watch rants in my life. Well, don't worry, there's going to be more. There's going to be regular uploads from here on out, because I gave Gato like a 1 week break. Ilker says, are you watching any anime series nowadays? Yes, I am. I'm currently still watching Fire Force. Guys, I have the Funimation app. Like Funimation has like a Netflix streaming service. So I have Funimation, and unfortunately I don't have a ton of time to watch anime, but I'm still watching Fire Force, and that's, I think, one of my favorite modern animes. And then I'm still watching Black Clover. And then, you know what I just started, which is going to blow people's minds? I just started One Piece. I'm on episode 4. I just started One Piece. Okay. Everybody I know that watches anime has told me to watch One Piece, and I've put it off for so long. Guys, I'm only on episode like 6 of Naruto. So any of these super mainstream ones, I never really got into. So, you have to forgive me. Like, the One Piece and Naruto, I'm like very, very far behind. So, I apologize. And Food Wars, one of Connie's friends, she started watching Food Wars and told Connie about Food Wars. So we went and watched like 2 episodes of Food Wars, and Connie's like, you're not allowed to watch this. Billy with the super chat says, ordered a Alvia Blue Dial. Any information when I might receive it? Thanks. Yeah, they're going out Monday. We did 1 load of deliveries last week, and we're doing the last load of deliveries this week. So your order will be going out on Monday. Obviously, because of the holiday, we couldn't ship anything out at the end of this week or this weekend. But have no fear, Billy. It's going out. Sean with the super chat says, any thoughts on Bulova hack and pilot watch? Will it change their Bulova overall from their clunky designs? Okay, so the Bulova hack watch is one of the quintessential field watches, right? I think it's great. I don't think it will change their overall aesthetic, because the hack watch came before. Bulova had a lot of beautiful watches before they became all weird and oversized. Okay, so I don't think that, like, just because they're maybe reissuing the Joseph Bulova collection and the hack watch and some of these other older watches, doesn't mean they're going to totally change their newer aesthetic. But here's what I'll say. There's one watch that I think it's been in front of our faces the whole time, and we've been overlooking it, and it's been in Bulova's collection forever, and it's the Bulova Lunar Pilot. Okay, the Bulova Lunar Pilot is kind of the last hurrah for Bulova. It has such rich history. It's been to space. It's a really, really cool chronograph with such a deep history. And you can get it brand new for under $400. That's all I have to say. Matt B! Certified T3 bot. He's back, baby. I don't really need to say that he's a new member, because he used to be a member, and then he did an internet fast. So he wanted to take a break from the whole social media, and now he's back. My man. My man. Billy says, thank you from Humboldt County. Heck yeah, we're going to send it up north to you, brother. I hope you really enjoy your watch. Big Pizza Pie says, hey, Jory, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Big Pizza Pie has been a subscriber of mine since, I think, like before I had 100 subscribers. Not even before 100,000. I'm saying before 100 subscribers, which is crazy to me. Big Pizza Pie's been a subscriber since the 50 subscriber mark. How insane. Wow. Samuel Elias from Portugal. What's going on, man? Lee Bishop says, Jory, Penny wants to see Linky. Where's Linky? Linky! Linky! I think he's asleep, but he'll come over here. Dean with the super chat says, Jen just bought a Bulova hack last night. It's her first mechanical watch. Mazel tov. Dude, that's a really cool watch. It's like it's a field watch. It's a hack watch. I absolutely love the OG Bulova hack watches. And again, that and the Bulova Lunar Pilot and the Joseph Bulova collection, Bulova is still making great watches. Okay, let's just get that straight. Mr. B. Kittle, do you collect knives? Yes, I do. You can see up here, we have a few, but we talk about that on the members section because YouTube doesn't always like it when we talk about that. Okay, we have a special guest, the first appearance of Monsieur Linky. Monsieur Linky. Everybody say hi to the chunky cat, Linky Linky. He says Happy New Year. Everyone, please wish him a Happy New Year. My boy Linky, chilling. So, our first guest appearance of Linky for 2021 on the live stream. Jay Anderson says, my cat Electro says hi. What's going on, Electro? Dr. Durst says, meow, meow. Lars says, meow. Lord Elgin says, hey, Linky. Anna Costa says, yeah, fluff. He is a fluffy boy. Bonjour. Okay. Good boy, Linky. Lee Bishop says, I have Morgan the cat at my feet. So, when will you restock the shop? Next week, baby. We do it every week, guys. We restock every week. So I can't give you a specific day, although I can tell you I always send a message, like a post here on YouTube and on Instagram. Whenever we restock. So literally every week. And I think we have 5 more coming in this coming week. So pay attention, stay tuned and pay attention, be vigilant, and don't miss out. There actually still is a Swiss-made Elgin tropical diver still available. And I think I haven't taken down the sale of that one. So if you want to check it out, I think there's still the Elgin available. Someone should just scoop it up because I forgot to put it back at the regular price. I'm going to put it back at the regular price tonight. Let me see. More. Ilker says, Linky is the luckiest cat because he has you, man. I think I appreciate that, but I think I'm the luckiest because I have Link. Nick with the super chat says, do you have any experience with Rolex bracelet stretch? If so, what did you do? What can you do about it? So, I do have some experience with Rolex bracelet stretch. My mom has a solid gold oyster date, a female oyster date in solid gold. And it has a Jubilee bracelet. And she wears that literally every day. And she's worn it every day since before I was born. So when a watch gets worn that way with a Jubilee bracelet, and this is not an oyster bracelet. Oyster bracelets don't experience the same type of stretch as Jubilees do. So the watch's links have loosened up a little bit, and they experienced a lot of stretch at one point. So I think like 2 or 3 years ago, We took it to a jeweler who was able to, okay, you can't take this to just anyone. You have to take it to someone that really knows their stuff. But jewelers can actually manipulate the links and essentially minimize the size of them again. And so that helped kind of tighten up the bracelet and didn't make it as loose anymore. So there are things that you can do. You just have to go to a jeweler that you know and that you really trust that can do the proper work. Lee Bishop Jory, what was your most coveted purchase of 2020? And what are your buying goals or grail for 2021? Is there going to be an episode? Well, there's going to be an episode probably talking about that. But, okay, so I think my most coveted purchase of 2020 was my yellow gold Vacheron. I think my yellow gold Vacheron was potentially my favorite purchase of 2020. 1945 4533C movement, period correct bracelet, 18 karat yellow gold, original black dial. I think that's probably my favorite pickup of 2020. But what is going to be my next personal purchase of 2021? I've been thinking, so I always have to say this, I'm incredibly picky, as you guys know, about what I'm going to get myself, because the more you learn about watches, the more you think about watches, which means the more competition there is to stack up against itself. So what I mean is, the more you learn about a bunch of watches, the more contenders there are, right? So it's like the pool keeps growing larger and larger, and there's more things to choose from, which means you really, really have to sift through it to decide what you want. There's one watch that, like, I keep going back to, and I keep thinking about how I would just love to have one and just wear it all the time. And it's a 36 millimeter Rolex Explorer, just an Explorer 1, 36 millimeter. And it doesn't even have to be the 1016, because I kind of want a more modern 36 millimeter Explorer 1 just to wear daily. I think it's such a versatile watch. It looks good on a bunch of straps. That deep black dial, it's just, I don't know, it's like perfect. So I'm not going to get rid of my Explorer 2, because I think I think when you look at the Explorer 1 versus the Explorer 2, I think the Explorer 2 is a lot more watch, right? You're getting a date complication, you're getting a quick set hour hand, you're getting a GMT complication. It's just an incredible watch. Like, if you needed a truly, truly functional watch, you would obviously pick the 16570. But as a great everyday watch, I don't know if you can beat an Explorer, a 36 millimeter Explorer. So I think that once I stop buying Porsche parts, because I keep buying things for my Porsche, I think that I'm going to buy a 36 millimeter Explorer. Yeah, I don't want the blue OP Explorer dial though. I want an actual Explorer. So, yeah. So I think that that's going to be my main purchase of 2021, but we will see. Jordan, with the super chat, says, in your opinion, will Seiko models stay in production for a good amount of time, worrying about buying it before they're discontinued? They look sweet. I don't think these guys are going to stop. You know, they made the first iteration of the WWW, and then they came out with the second iteration of the WWW. I don't think that they're just going to stop making them. I think they're probably going to come out maybe with another iteration eventually, but I doubt that they'll just forget about the watches. So I really like them, Jordan, and if you're into the kind of classic field watch, I would definitely check them out. I think I've done 2 reviews on them at this point, yeah. Mr. Coffee Break, cheers. Coffee. So he has a super chat. It says, my collection, RW, Oris, Tag, Tissot, Steinhardt. I want to buy a watch for $4,500. Must keep at least 70% of its value. What would you buy? That's a very tall order because there aren't a lot of watches that hold 70% of their value. And I'll tell you right now, Oris, Tissot, and Steinhardt and Raymond Weil don't hold anything close to 70% of their value. I actually did an episode talking about that. So you've lost money on all of those. For $4,500, it must keep 70%. Find a Rolex. Find a pre-owned Rolex. And that's your best bet at getting anywhere close to the 70%. Joel Taborski, Certified Teeth Robot, says, I did find a guy in Iowa that will work on Rolex Jubilee bracelets. He can rebuild them. If you'd have to contact a watch shop here in Wichita in order to get a hold of the guy's name. Diesel 419, Certified Teeth Robot, says, the only Rolex I have on the Grail list is a Milgauss. That before I purchased any watches for myself, and I was like in the kind of getting my feet wet phase, the Milgauss was my main Grail. I thought of it as being totally unattainable, never thought that I could ever acquire it. And then when I started getting into watches and really delved deep into it, I realized that it's just not, I just don't want it. What's today's wristwatch check? Hamilton, khaki, field, mechanical. And I have Linky's fur all over me. Which Explorer won, the 14270 or the 114270? I want the 36 millimeter, but I don't know exactly which iteration. I want it to be, so it's like full luminous markers or split luminous markers. Yeah, I don't know. I want it to be in a healthy enough condition that I can wear it every day and not worry about it. I don't even think I need it to be complete. I don't need box or papers. Like, I literally want an Explorer 1 36 millimeter that I can just wear every day and beat on it, like as my like daily watch. I would just love it. So, you know. Any recommendations for a non-stainless steel watch that won't break the bank? Yeah, G-Shock, made of resin. It's not stainless steel. Guys, if you want precious metals, it's going to cost money. Here's what I'll tell you. You can get into things like Boulder, like the Boulder Venture, that has titanium, or the Dylos titanium, and you're spending around $250. That's pretty impressive. Lead says, Jory, the new OP36 might be the closest to Explorer 1. What do you mean? I would just get an Explorer 1. An Explorer 1 is the closest thing to an Explorer 1. Just get the Explorer 1. I don't understand. Black dial 36 millimeter. Yeah, but you can also just get a 36 millimeter Explorer and it has a black dial. Yuki says Angels or Dodgers. I don't really care about either team because I'm from New England, so I'm a Red Sox fan, but Angels over Dodgers for sure. Adug G says, I'm thinking of picking up a vintage Longines Wittenauer from the 60s. What do you think of those old Longines Wittenauers? I hate them. I absolutely hate them. That's why I always have the coolest ones at my shop. Dex and Dial says, hey Jory, why do you think Orient stopped producing new mechanical GMT models? Will they ever come back? Probably not. They probably stopped because Seiko is trying to delineate value within their different, like Seiko Epson Corporation is trying to delineate where their brands stand. And I think that Orient was over and is over delivering, and so they're probably trying to sandbag Orient a little bit, and they're probably trying to there's probably, I don't know if I want to say that they're going to try to cut back on what Orient is giving us, but Orient is still over delivering value when you compare it to what Seiko has done to the Seiko 5 and Seiko and Pro Specs and all of that. It's BS. Jordan, certified T3 bot with the super chat, says, Jory, would you ever do a video series where you rate and review viewers' collections? I probably would not do that in the main channel, but there's been some talk about me doing that for the members. And that's probably something I'm going to do with the membership channel, because I don't know. I don't want it to, okay, here's why, and I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers with my explanation. I think that if I were to do that on the main channel, a lot of people that aren't regulars will act like I'm being a snob and trying to judge who are you to judge other people's collections? Well, that's kind of the whole point of that type of content, right? They are asking me to assess their collection. So I don't want to do any of that. Now, on the membership side, where it's my inner circle of channel members and it's a smaller group of people, and we do kind of like an interview type style talk about each member's collection, that's something that we're working on doing on the private members channel. But we're probably not going to do that on the main channel, because a lot of the non-regulars would probably be like, oh, Time Teller's being mean to, like, no, it's not being mean. We're just talking about their collection. It's not my collection, it's their collection. So that's why I kind of just don't want to do that on the main channel. But we are going to do that on the membership channel. So if you want to be a part of that extra type of content, please join the membership. Click the join button next to the subscribe button. It's $4.99 a month. And it is the easiest way for me to get support here on YouTube. So thank you so much. Can I ask where my moderators are? Adam, TFT, Bryson, are you guys here? Okay, I'm going to have to just do it myself. All right, peace, bro. Jordan, certified T3 bot. Jory, where could I possibly become a part of this inner circle? Join the membership, bro. You just got to click that join button. Thank you so much. Rick Green, certified T3 bot, says, when you join the T3 channel as a member, you become a better person. Michael, with the super chat, says, what do you think of my two classes of watches, jewelry versus practical? I don't really think of watches as jewelry. I think of jewelry as like bracelets and necklaces and like rings and earrings and stuff like that. A watch is a watch. I think all watches are accessories. I don't really consider them jewelry though. So what do I think of your two classes? They're not how I would classify watches. But I think that if you have your own system of classification, then go with it, bro. I think that's really cool. Rad Mac, hey, Mr. Time Teller, how's it going? Mr. Time Teller, please, that's my dad. Just kidding, my dad's Dr. Time Teller. Patrick, I've got a Rolex Oyster Perpetual 1996. That's the year? What's the reference number? How much is it worth, Jory? $0, because I don't know anything about it. I don't know the reference number. I don't know the condition that it's in. I don't know the material. I don't know if it's box and papers. I don't know the service history. You guys have no idea what goes into valuing watches. It's not, I have this watch from this year. What is it worth? That's how that's how the market gets manipulated incorrectly. Dr. Durst says, hey Jory, would you highly recommend the Barton watch roll? I see you have it on your Amazon store. Would you recommend a different one? Sorry for asking again. Yeah, I would recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it if it's at my store. Okay. I wouldn't have it at my store if I didn't recommend it. That's what I meant. Wouldn't have it at my store if I didn't recommend it. Jake Stavig says, I think he meant dress watch rather than jewelry. Well, I don't know if that's what he thought, because he said jewelry. He didn't say dress watch. Because dress watches that's like a category of watch. So if he categorized his watches that way, then he would just say dress watch. Like, that's how I categorize my watches. Dress watch, tool watch, sports watch. G-Shock is just like in a league of their own. Chronographs, like blah, blah, yada, 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 yada. So he didn't say that. He said practical and jewelry. Lord Elgin, Certified Teeth Robot, says, Jory, can you give the info for your watchmaker? Yeah. The watchmaker I use is TikTokwatchrepairs.com. I think that there isn't a link actually on. Well, I don't know if my moderators have the links. There, Adam H, Certified Teeth Robot and moderator, has a link. TikTokwatchrepairs.com. Thank you so much. Mike says, Rolex isn't practical for me as a daily timepiece just because of expense, but I will wear it as a luxury timepiece. See, this is what I'm talking about. Michael here and all of us have very different ways of categorizing watches. Like for me, my XP2, my 16570 is a very practical watch. That's a watch that I would go into the wilderness with because I trust it. It is tough. It is durable. It is like, it won't let me down. That is very practical. That I would not consider jewelry. That is a beast watch. Now, my bubble back or my President, I probably wouldn't wear that into the wilderness because, like, why would you wear a solid gold watch into the woods? It's just, that would not be practical. But it is practical if you're hanging out. So, be like practical, what is practical? It's very subjective. That's what I'm trying to get at. Jordan, Certified T3 Bot, has a great question. He says, is there one site that you think does a really good job of curating vintage watches we can pursue and possibly buy? TheTimeTellerShop.com. I never thought you'd ask. There's only one watch available. We did a little holiday sale. We sold, out of the 8 that we threw up there, only one is available. And I said I'd have it until the holidays, and it's still the holidays. Well, not really. It's the day after the New Year, but you know what I'm saying. So there's only one watch still available, but TheTimeTellerShop.com, we restock every week. Stay tuned for my little updates when we restock. And yeah, if you want to buy that Elgin Tropical Dial Swiss-made diver with a 4 o'clock crown, not something you see every day, guys. Scoop it up. Great question, Jordan. Thank you. Best waterproof watch strap for a field watch, like a Boulder Expedition Series 1. I use NATO's. NATO straps are waterproof. But in my opinion, I prefer sailcloth over silicone straps. But if you like silicone, then check out a Barton silicone strap. May contain bleach. Certified T3 Bot with the super chat. And Adam, the moderator, says super bleach chat. says, hello, Jory, would you ever consider a watch sharing stream where members and viewers can send pictures and look at them together? Yeah, we're working on that for the membership side, where we're going to do like an interview process, and we go over one member's collection per get together. So stay tuned, and we're going to actually be doing just that. Bryson says, why is Lee Bishop not showing up as a T3 bot? I don't know if Lee actually has ever been a T3 bot, but he got a pass because he was kind of involved before we had the T3 system. Lee, why aren't you a bot, dude? What the heck? There's no excuse, bro. Should freaking be a bot, bro. He's a bot. It's a trade secret. Diesel says, member collection streams sound awesome. Yeah, we're going to do that. But again, we're going to do it on the membership side. So guys, if you do want to join the membership, we really do appreciate it. And yeah, it helps out a ton. Super Dude says, why T3? How did that come about? It's so funny how people don't understand T3. The time teller. There's 3 T's. And T3 sounds cooler than 3T. So, yeah. The time teller. GTT Windcam says, my collection is bleep. Well, don't worry about it. You don't have to partake. Like, this is another thing. I'm not forcing anybody to share their collection with the members. It's whoever wants to join in. This is why I've seen some channels do like viewer collection reviews, and I don't really want to talk about other people's watches. I want to talk about my watches, and I want to talk about watches I like. I'm not trying to speak badly on another person's collection that they've curated, because I don't think I can speak on another person's watch that they chose. Like, why did they choose this collection in this way? I don't know. So that's why we're going to be doing these kind of more interview style reviews with the collectors themselves over on the membership side. So the members are who want to do it, so that's what we're going to do with them. You use time teller again. I am a time teller and I'm older than you. Yeah, you might be a time teller, but you're not the time teller. Sorry, bud. Reading comments. Seiko Turtle. Thoughts, guys? I really love the Seiko Turtle. I'm surprised that I've made it this far without owning a Seiko Turtle. I think my favorite is the SRP 777, or is it the 775? I like the black dial variant with the gold markers. I think that's the best one, in my opinion. Thoughts on the Rolex Daytona 11658, or 508, which is the gold with the green dial. Ugly. Very ugly, in my opinion. Not a fan. Lord Elgin with the super chat says he won't discuss Jordan's Meteorite dial collection. No, I will discuss it if Jordan allows. Thoughts on Rado original. So Rado, believe it or not, a few years ago, I think their largest market was like in Pakistan. So the reason I bring that up is because they do not have a very large American market. I think that the only watch I've seen from them that is like passable, in my opinion, is the Captain Cook. I think that that's kind of just a simple dive watch, but I've never really seen anything from them that I love. Milt Garrison, certified T3 bot, says, Happy New Year, brother. Thank you so much. Great supporter, Milt. You rock. Mike Calusion, certified T3 bot. Hopefully Mike watched Elf for Christmas. Jory, what's on your radar to get this year? I have two, the Hamilton Khaki King and the Oris Orange Aquis. So I think, I just mentioned this a little while ago, I think the next watch that I'm going to get myself, and I have to be fairly tempered when I say this because the more you spend time looking at watches, your list is ever growing. But I think the next watch I'm going to get myself is a Rolex Explorer 1, 36 millimeter. I just love that watch. I just love that watch. I don't know what to tell you. So, 36 millimeters, stainless steel, no complications. It looks good on a NATO strap. It looks good on a leather strap. It looks good on an oyster bracelet. It looks good on sailcloth if you want. It's just, I don't know if you can do better for just a simple everyday watch. I don't know. Threaded crown, 100 meter water resistance rating. How can you do better than that? So for me, with the type of watches I like, and I'm a big field watch guy, Rolex Explorer 1. So please, guys, stick me to it. Put my feet to the fire. Make sure that I'm still on track with the Explorer 1. Can you guys help me out with that, please? Yes, no. Do it. That's Kevin Powell. You're not totally wrong. He says basically an alpinist. You're not that wrong. I've said that the Seiko Alpinist Sarbo 17 wears like an oyster case. Except, to be perfectly honest, the Alpinist is a more competent watch. It has a date complication, and it has a 200 meter water resistance rating. And it has better lume than an Explorer 1. The only difference is that it's not a black dial, and it's a little bit bigger than the Explorer 1 that I want, and it has complications. So if I want a simple watch without complications, I would go with an Explorer 1. We have some super chats, and we have some members. Some new certified T3 bots. The T3 army goes stronger. Jordan with the super chat says, it's rude, Lord Elgin. Actually, all my wonderful Space Rock time tellers. No, Jordan, we'll talk about we will be very respectful when talking about your Meteorite dials. Robbie Hadley, certified T3 bot. Thank you so much for joining the channel. And we have Todd Weishaus. Thank you so much, certified T3 bot, Todd. The T3 army grows ever stronger. We can't do it without you. For everyone, because I know some people watch the playback version of this, the recorded version. For anyone who's watching this, all the new members, once a week, we refresh the Discord chat link, okay? Because we can't have the link be there forever, because then it can potentially get abused and corrupted, and it's just, we can't have the sanctity of the members area sullied by the outside world. So what we do is we refresh the link every Saturday, actually. So stay tuned for all the new members. Go to the communities tab on my channel's homepage. So at the Time Teller YouTube homepage, click the communities tab, and then you will see a brand new sneaky members only link that only the members can see. You click that link, and then you will get into the members only Discord chat. So thank you so much, guys. Hopefully we get some more members today. And for Todd and let me see, Robbie and Todd, certified T3 bot, thank you so much. Lord Elgin with the super chat says, favorite movie, Deep Impact or Armageddon? Oh my god. I didn't like either of those movies. Why does it have to be a choice between either of those? Jordan with the super chat. Narrator, Jordan in fact had no Meteorite dials. Lord Elgin, Jordan found a Meteorite dial and sells the pieces. You know what? My favorite movie? 2012. Matt B says, join us and become legend. Derbagger with the super chat. I'm more of a sausage guy myself. Are you guys talking about breakfast foods? I hope. What's going on? Yeah, talking about bacon and stuff. Between bacon and sausages, I'm a bacon dude. But everybody knows this. I will eat breakfast food any time of day. Breakfast for dinner is like the best thing on earth. I'm going to be honest. So I'm a big bacon guy, big waffle guy. I'll eat pancakes or waffles. Believe me, I love them both. But I'm a big bacon or waffle guy and bacon guy. But again, I'm not gonna turn away pancakes and sausage. Like, come on. So and I need to say this right now so that it's recorded for everyone to see. The McGriddle is the best sandwich McDonald's has ever made. Period. I don't care. This isn't a debate. I'm not asking your opinion. The McGriddle is definitively, without question, the best sandwich McDonald's has ever made. I don't care what you have to say, because that's the truth. The McGriddle is the best breakfast sandwich, and everything else is just passable. And then McDonald's somehow one-upped it and created the chicken McGriddle. The chicken McGriddle is like a gift from heaven. The chicken is like peppery, it has a little bit of spice, and it's crispy and warm. It's just perfect. So yeah, I don't want to debate with you guys because you're just wrong if you feel differently, but the McGriddle and the chicken McGriddle, I package them together, is the best sandwich McDonald's ever made. Adam H, certified T3 bot and moderator, says, where's the pig in the blankets? We need his input. I know, right? Pigs in a blanket. The pigs in the blankets. He's a channel member for those of you who don't know. And he's named after a breakfast dish here in America. Dude, you have to try the chicken McGriddle, Michael. The chicken McGriddle is so good. John, certified teacher, about best chicken sandwich, Popeyes or Chick-fil-A. So I really enjoy Chick-fil-A, but I have to be honest, the Popeyes chicken sandwich is better. It's hard to admit that, but it's true. As much as I'd like to choose Chick-fil-A, the Popeyes chicken sandwich is much better. Jordan, certified teeth rot. I can make a better McGriddle than McDonald's. Just saying. Sparkly fingernails emoji. I actually believe it, dude. I believe it. But I'd like to try it. Adam H, certified teeth rot and moderator, says favorite way to cook eggs: scrambled, fried, poached, etc. So when I was younger, scrambled was like the only way that I would like to have my eggs. Up. Connie's in the office. 1 second, guys. Let me open the door. Moderators, you're in charge. Yep. Okay. Jordan. Okay, this channel's now a Hublot Invicta fan channel. All right, guys. So to answer the question, when I was younger, scrambled eggs are the only ways that I would eat eggs. I think, I don't know why, but now I think I'm a over easy guy. I mean, I love scrambled eggs, but I think over easy is my favorite. Yeah, you guys were wreaking havoc, huh? While I was gone. El Pollo Loco is still here. I've only had it once, twice. I've had it twice in my entire life. It was okay. It was not really memorable. Ketchup, yes, I eat ketchup with my eggs. I'm not ashamed to say it. Scrambled eggs with Tabasco sauce and ketchup. That's how you eat eggs. And some pepper. Connie, come here. What is your favorite way to eat eggs? And then do you eat them with ketchup?
Scrambled with ketchup.
So Connie likes it scrambled with ketchup. Yeah. Michael says, me too, brother. Jordan says, preserve salted egg on congee.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm in the mood.
Yeah, Connie eats that also. Breakfast.
Or steamed eggs.
Steamed eggs are good.
Yeah.
But I'm more of an over easy guy. Lord Elgin, ketchup on hot dogs? Heck yeah. Connie and I had hot dogs last night, dude.
I only had mustard with mine.
But Connie only eats mustard on hers. I eat mustard and ketchup. Lee Bishop says, hey, Connie.
Hi.
Man, now we're talking about breakfast foods. You guys can't, dude. We can't be talking about this because you guys know I eat breakfast foods any time of day. Dark, I love relish. I absolutely love relish. But we're talking about like either ketchup or mustard. I put both on my hot dogs. Marion, what do you think of keeping a G-Shock and a dress watch in the same case next to each other? Why not? Why not? Adam H certified teacher and moderator. Hebrew Nationals all day, error day. That's what we had last night. Connie and I ate.
About our air fryer.
So Connie and I had Hebrew National hot dogs last night, and Connie. Well, come here, Connie. Why don't you tell them?
You tell them.
Okay. Connie wants us to tell you about our new air fryer that my mom got us, and it works really, really well. We didn't air fry the hot dogs. We cooked them in a pan. We don't boil our hot dogs. That's kind of weird. But we air fried French fries just to see because we didn't know what the hype was about, and I didn't know if there would actually be a benefit over just like if you have some Ore-Ida French fries, right? Like, wouldn't you just put them in the oven? Like what? Like I don't. So my mom got us a air fryer, and we were just like, okay, what can we use this for? So we decided to just try it with some French fries. So we bought some, we went to the market to buy some frozen French fries, and we put them in this air fryer, and dude, it was like really good. They were like super crispy, and it was like 15 minutes, right, babe?
Yeah.
And there was no preheating. You didn't have to preheat it. Like you literally, like it had a French fry button. You press French fry, and from frozen to like cooked. It was like less than 15 minutes with no preheating. So that was pretty cool. So thank you, Mom, everybody. Thank you, Mom. Round of applause for my mom for getting me an air fryer. And I know she's watching this, so thanks, Mom. Love you. Yo, babe.
Yeah?
Mike says air fried bacon is really good.
Really?
We should try it.
We may have to do that tonight.
Gary Weisenberg says donate money to the channel so this boy can eat real food. We had hot dogs and french fries
That
last.
is real food. Excuse us.
That is so funny. We had Din Tai Fung the day before that, so that's very real food. That's real good food. But I don't know why I'm not allowed to have french fries if I want. I can have french fries with my air fryer if I want. We wanted to test out an air fryer, so we got french fries. What do you do to test out your french fries? Guys, be nice. I bought a Porsche, so now I'm eating frozen french fries and hot dogs, okay? Jeez, be nice. Joel Toporski, certified T3, says, Jory, let Seiko take over the channel for you while... They let Seiko take over the channel for you while you were gone. All hell broke loose. I'm snitching on everybody. I'm just saying for a friend. Thank you. Now I know what actually happened when I left. Matt B didn't know I got a Porsche. Matt, a lot has changed since you left. Yeah, I bought a 911. But I still have my other cars. Don't worry. Team 10 says, Jory, thoughts on NDC straps? Never heard of them. Never heard of them. Marco D, considering my first G-Shock or field watch, how would you choose one over the other? Do you need one to last through the apocalypse, or do you want one that's more versatile? If you want something that's more versatile, then you get a field watch. If you want a watch to literally last through whatever you may experience, even in hell, then you get a G-Shock. I bought a counterfeit Beijing watch. Is it any good? No. Hi, Linky. Linky says hi. Lee says, are there any micro brands you want to reach out to for a review? Who are the top contenders for 2021? Well, I know Boulder is working on some really cool stuff. They're still probably my favorite micro brand. And as far as like independents go, I'd love to take a look at a Manta still. A Nordane. Any thoughts on the Longines VHP Conquest 41mm? I'm thinking about getting one for $700. Looks like a pretty sharp watch. I don't know much about it because I've never actually held one in person. Hey, bud. Seiko or Citizen? Seiko. Rick Green, certified T3 bot, says, my watch predictions for 2021. Rolex makes something new. It's immediately sold out and not available for anyone to purchase. Rolex stopped making something, other model, and it doubles in price. Absolutely. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the Rolex Batman has another year or two left in it. They're going to discontinue the Batman in another year. Mark my words right now, beginning of 2021, I'll bet you in like a year or two, maybe even this year, Rolex will discontinue the Batman. And then that's going to be the watch that doubles in price. How do I know this? It's because they just put a new movement in it. So they just put a new movement. They're going to let it hang out with this movement for like a year or two, and then they're going to get rid of it. And they'll bring it back eventually. But I bet it has another 1 to 2 years left. Jory, who looks at Ulysses Nardin and says, I want that? Probably the same people that buy Invictas. Jordan, if I get my watch wet, would an air fryer be a good choice to dry it off? Yeah, dude, in half the time. James Blessed. Jory, I'm hoping to get a new Rolex Submariner for my 50th birthday in 3 years' time. Do you think it's realistic? Yeah, dude. You can totally do it. If that's a goal for yourself, how badly do you want it? Are you willing to sacrifice some for it? You can totally do it. I have faith in you. And that would be a very impressive 50th birthday present. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Connie sneezing. What do I think of Luminox? They're toys. I'm going to tell you right now, Navy SEALs, people in the special operations community, if you think they're wearing Luminox watches, you're wrong. They're wearing things like G-Shocks and Garmin's and stuff like that. Ooh, Kurt. What are your thoughts on the Girard Perregaux Laureate? The Infinity Edition with the black dial. That might be one of the best watches they've come out with in a very long time. Love that watch. Brandon Beer says, all the best this year, Jory. Thank you so much, Brandon. He says, I hope to make a purchase in the shop this year. Well, we'd be happy to have you, man. Hopefully we can see you, and hopefully we can help you out. Also, thoughts on Christopher Ward's Sandstorm Colas worn with, collab with Worn and Wound. Let's take a look. Taking a look at this one. Looks cool. Chris Ward makes some pretty cool watches. I think this one has a push-pull crown. I could be wrong. I'd like it to have a threaded crown. Let me see if I can find some information about it. Limited to 200 pieces. Solita movement, 28,800 BPH. For $1,000, 38-hour power reserve. It looks cool. I think there'd probably be some other watches I'd get over that one, but you could do worse than that. Alexander Morales with the super chat says, Happy New Year. What is your professional opinion on purchasing a new Rolex Hulk or root beer? Well, my professional opinion is that this year, 2021 and 2020 into 2021, this is the wrong time to buy a Rolex Hulk. Do not buy a Rolex Hulk. It is the wrong time to buy a Rolex Hulk. They've just discontinued it in September, and they are going to the prices are going to be ridiculous for a long while. So don't get a Hulk. The root beer is still somewhat reasonable and has stayed pretty similar. What's interesting is the root beers, these new GMT Master 2 root beers that came out in 2018, I believe, they didn't sell well initially. So those are going to be the watches that eventually go up in price in the future, because it's always the undesirable one, just like the Air King. I guarantee the Air King did not sell well. So I guarantee you in like 5-10 years, those are going to be like big money. People are going to want those. So if it's between the Hulk or a new root beer currently, then buy the root beer. Cars and Watches says, Seiko's doing a Fire Force collection. Are they really? No way. I can't find any information on it. So if you're trolling me, then haha, but I still won't buy one because the 5KX is a garbage watch. Thoughts on Zinn? Big fan. When is my John Mayer Hodinkee G-Shock arriving? Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year. I didn't order one. But guys, we've been here for 80 minutes. I want to thank all of you for hanging out with me. We're going to wrap this one up. Guys, I want to finish this one off with a little message. 2020 was difficult for sure. People look back on it as being a bad year. They look back on it as being negative and terrible and the worst year ever. And it's a very fun joke, right? It's a very fun, therapeutic way of letting go of 2020. Saying, oh, it's the worst year ever. It's the year we're going to forget about. And in the history books, they're not even going to write about 2020 because it's the worst. And yada, 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 yada. But I'm going to flip it a little bit, okay? And this kind of blew my mind when I was thinking about this the other day. Actually, it was New Year's Eve when I was thinking about this, so I want to share this with you, all right? Because of all the events that have happened in 2020, it seems like, you know, COVID and the lockdowns and all of this, it seems like that's the only thing that people are able to talk about. Like when people think of 2020, that's what we think about. That's what we talk about. It's the only thing people are talking about. And then I realize there's like so many other things in the world that still exist. Okay? It's not just the lockdowns and the virus and the presidential election. Like those are very like that's one facet of the year, but there were all these other things that we can still appreciate and be happy and thankful for. So don't let these like negative, admittedly pervasive things like fog your sight, okay? Because as we move into 2021, we need to focus on the things that are good and the things that we can be thankful for and grateful for. So it's just a little thing I was thinking about and I want to share with you, and maybe I'm sure you guys agree, and if more people like us start choosing to look at all the good things around us and the things that we can be thankful for, and we start talking about all these awesome things that have been happening, then maybe we can minimize these stupid negative things that are happening in the world. Maybe we can actually make 2021 a great year moving forward. So I'm just going to share that with you, and I hope that you and your family, all your loved ones, hope you have a blessed, great year, 2021, regardless of what is going on. We're going to have a good year. Okay, guys? That is what I'm going to leave you on. So tell someone you love them, especially right now because it is the beginning of the year. So even if you're having a difficult time, because the holidays can be difficult, especially now when a lot of us aren't able to see people that we love, you got to tell someone you love them, okay? So that's number one. Number two, tell yourself you love. You got to show some self-love, guys. You earned it. After 2020, you earned it. We're going to open up 2021. You got to tell yourself you love them, all right? So I love you guys. And you know, as always, get out of your comfort zone as well. Start the year off doing something that not New Year's resolutions. You don't have to call them resolutions, but go for a run, go for a jog, try something new, better yourself. Let's start this on the right foot. All right. Love you guys. Have a great year. Happy New Year. This was a great beginning of the year for me. You could have been here. You could have been anywhere today, but you chose to hang out with me. So I really, really, really do appreciate it. All right, guys. Take care. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller. And always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Dab.